Welcome to your community. This is your hometown. This is Walton Entertainment. This is where you can hear from the community and those making a difference. We explore topics, local festivals, arts and entertainment, and local news. For this program and much more, visit us online at yourlocalstream.com. That's yourlocalstream.com.
I did not realize that the Dodge Ram got the Motor Trend Truck of the Year, the Ram 1500. That was interesting. This particular Ram truck is a crew cab. It's $101,000 for a truck. That is amazing. This Ram Warlock is $58,000. Here are definitely some vintage cars. Buick there. This is a Cadillac, a Sal, been customized, lowered, and top chopped. And then we've got this Panos Roadster, 1997. And then we're going to go down the line. This sporty thing is a Pantera. And then we'll have a couple more sporty, and then that's a Porsche over there, the gray one. The Rover Mini Mayfair. They were made in 1959 through 2000. This is one of the smallest cars made. Would take 4 passenger. As you can see, it's a very small car. Boy, hey, like this car, rear engine. Can you believe that? The engine's put in the rear. And man, that is one massive engine too. This is strictly a custom job, and the headlights are hidden in behind the grille. And this is a 1960 Cadillac Eldorado convertible. Oh, we got us a Rolls Royce over there. This is a 1957 Rolls Royce, and even today this thing looks so sporty. Look at this thing. It's actually a tank. I mean, the room in the back seat is incredible. You can see this Jaguar was used in the movie with Jack Nicholson, Terms of Endearment. I think this has a V12 in it, if I'm not mistaken. So you can see there are a lot of older cars here.
Wagon wheel stuff.
1927 Pierce Arrow. And one thing that's different about it is you see how the lights were made into the fenders, where most of the other cars, you see they were mounted between the fender and the grille. Theirs were right on the fender. 1927.
Look at how they blended the lights in. Kind of
It has wood spokes. That's unreal.
Yeah.
Wood spokes.
Wagon wheels.
The Packard, I think around the 1950s they quit making it, but that was a fabulous car in its day. And then as you can notice here, the station wagon, this is, most station wagons, I think up to about 55, had actual wood trim, and that was just part of a station wagon, is it had this wood trim. And then they started making them like all the other cars, all metal, but for a long time the station wagons had the wood trim, and this is a total example of it. Looking to see, I think this is a 1947 Ford. It had the searchlights on it. This is a fine car, 1947. And if you notice, it had the cloth top on it. I honestly do not know how this Chevrolet, it's been customized with these huge wheels on it, how it can turn. I'm going to zoom and let you see the tire is so close to the wheel well, it looks like it's impossible for the tires to turn. Compared to the other trucks around, this high-rise truck is, I would guess, about 10 feet tall. It is way up there. And look at the size of the tires. And you can see it's four-wheel drive. They have really customized this Chevrolet truck. And here's another Chevy that's been lowered. And a Chevrolet station wagon. Now, when they started making these, you see they got rid of the wood, and so there was no more wood in this GMC. I'm sorry, I thought it was Chevrolet, but it's a GMC. Now these trucks are all Chevrolet down through here. We got to look at this. Is the new Volkswagen bus electric, and it resembles the older buses from the 60s and all what we call the bug vans, and this is a new all electric. $60,000 for this electric van. And notice how the VW sign lights up. It's really neat. And there's a little bit of interior. The dash is very sporty. I think it's 230 miles range on this vehicle. Equivalency is like getting 80 miles to the gallon equivalent electricity to gasoline. This is a Volkswagen Atlas. It's their SUV, and I love the rear end. You notice how the VW lights up, and it's got a very beautiful rear end the way it lights up. Very good looking vehicle. Not so wild about this green color that it is, but it's a $38,200 car, and gets 25 on the road and 18 in town, which is not bad for SUV. This is an Atlas SE. They start at a little over 38,000, and its overall is 22 miles to the gallon, combined city and has turned into a pretty large car. Their starting price is about $23,000, and overall we get 33 miles to the gallon. We get 29 in the city and 40 out on the wide open. So that is a very good mileage. 40 miles to the gallon out on the interstate. That is very good. This is the Nissan family of vehicles. This is their truck. It's 18 overall. I'm not sure the price on it. See if I can see anywhere. I don't see the price on this particular vehicle. The price, I did find it. It's $51,000 is the price on this Nissan truck called the Frontier. This Nissan Armada is a huge SUV. This thing is probably one of the largest SUVs made. There's all kinds of room in this vehicle. It's called the Armada. This Armada sells for $85,000. I think I'm pronouncing this right, the Leaf Aria. It's kind of taking the place of the Leaf. It's a little more expensive. Its range is 304 miles and 0 to 60 in 4.8 seconds, which is moving on pretty good. And as you can look in here, the dash is all electronic dash. Beautiful interior. So if you're looking at an all-electric car, this is a very good car to look at. I happen to have been driving a Leaf from ever since 2014. So I've had 3 Leafs in that period of time, and they're just a fabulous car. You put a charging station at your house, and you pull in and charge, and the next morning it's ready for you to go. My wife hasn't been to a gas station in about 12 years now. So it is really a fabulous car. $58,000. And I still think the feds are giving incentive to buy electric cars, which will probably be going away pretty soon. Here they've got 2 teams racing to take an engine apart. 3 teams actually.
Before you're done.
This is really good for young men and ladies to learn the skill, to learn just how an engine runs, and they are really putting the thing together fast. This team that just finished up took that motor completely apart and put it back together in 19 seconds. But they're not the fastest team. They said the fastest team so far has done it in about 16 minutes. So that is incredible. Take an engine apart, put it together, take it completely apart, put it together in 19, 18 seconds. That's unreal.
We're 2112.
I know, I saw. I'll get oil wheels right. Got it. Boys got it, never mind.
Go 3010 was expert.
Rod protector on the floor. I got it. I mean, I'm gonna let them get
Make sure they're all the way in and right hand first.
Go short oil filter. 1,
This team just finished theirs up in 22 minutes. That's still fast. We're tearing the engine completely down and putting it back together. And these are V8s also. Can you believe that? This Kia van is 52,500. Has a lot of extras on it. It does give you a lot of room. Third row seating in it. And it also has some storage behind the third seat. As you can see with the third seat flip and go into the floorboard. And they're taking out the back seats now. The flick ups come right out and then they flip back. And you've got third row seating. Here's your price range on your Carnival. As you can see, it goes from $36,800 to $50,900. Average gets 21 miles to the gallon and get Highway 18 and Freeway 26. The Carnival Hybrid is 40,800 to 52,900. Averages 33 miles per gallon. City is great. It was about 31 and 34 on the road. So very good rating on this hybrid. As you can see, it's quite a large SUV. Has third row seating. The Sorrento, you see, has get them from 31,900 to 47,390. So, and they get overalls 23 miles to the gallon, Highway 27, City 20. That's a very impressive looking vehicle. Kia's really, in my opinion, has come a long way over the years. But what I'm noticing is nearly all of their vehicles are SUVs. I've seen a couple of sedans, so it looks like people are going to SUVs totally. This vehicle will come out in 26. It's their electric model, all electric. Has a fabulous looking front end on it. You can see, and it is a very large SUV. I don't know what the range, it's very new. Like I said, it comes out next year. But as you see, it's going to be a very nice electric vehicle. Seating for 7. This is the Ineos Grenadier. And as you can see, it's for the person goes out hunting or camping or whatever, because it's got everything imaginable to go out across just rocky earth. You can get off the main roads, and it's got the lighting and everything for the person that's got an adventurous spirit. And they do make several different models. You can see right there is another one. We'll zoom in on it. And as you can see, they even make a pickup in it. This is a very rugged vehicle. And Regal has them here in Atlanta, and it's Ineos. This is the Infiniti QX60. Starts at 50,200. It is a nice size SUV for a mid-size, and just show you some shots of it. There's a black interior. A very nice looking vehicle, Infiniti. And then here are other vehicles, the Infinity line. I'll get my camera up so you can see it. See there's several vehicles. Infinity line. There's a sedan over here. Sedan. Let's get over here and look at the price on it. It's a Q55 and it's $50,150. So pretty nice vehicle. This is the Lincoln Navigator, $120,000 for this vehicle. It is big. It's probably the largest SUV made, but you could buy two of some of the other ones for the $120,000. So it is plush all the way. If you notice the seats right here, see the lumbar in the seats, it's adjustable. Beautiful car, the Lincoln Navigator. And then over here is the smaller Lincoln. Nautilus. This is the Lincoln Nautilus. Let's see the price on it. I can't really see. Can't find the price on this Lincoln, the Nautilus, but it's much smaller. I'll put them here together to see the Navigator in the background, and here's the Nautilus up here. And the Navigator, I would say, is probably 2 feet, maybe 3 feet longer than the Nautilus. And here's the whole Lincoln family. We'll show them to you. The Lincoln Aviator is $91,000. The Lincolns have this distinct look. But there are several, and again, Lincoln is going to the SUV and away from the sedans. Here's the Ford truck lineup. We'll get the camera up so you can see. Bronco is another line. This is the Ford Maverick. They do make it in a hybrid. This is the regular Maverick, $42,000 price range. And if you get the hybrid, it's more expensive. But I understand the hybrid. I know a couple of people that have it, and they are just thrilled with their hybrid Maverick. So this is the Ford Maverick. It's a smaller sized truck. It's not a full size truck, but it's as you can see, it's got a pretty good bed on it. I would say it's probably about a 5x4 bed, but this is the Maverick. This is the Toyota Tacoma 46,300. Gets 23 overall, town 22, highway 24. This is a nice sized truck, has the shorter bed, so it doesn't have the long wheelbase, so you could turn it in a smaller area. Some of these trucks that have the full size and have the crew cab, I've driven some, and it's nearly impossible to turn them around. They take such a wide swing to turn them. But these trucks right here, it would serve as a truck and a car both, and it has the rack up on top, which would give you more support for if you wanted to put a luggage carrier up there. You can do that. So this is the Toyota Tacoma. And here's the Trailblazer. It's 46.3. This one's 46.3. Tacoma. And you never tell it's a Toyota when you look at the grill. The Tundra is the full-size pickup, and it's $40,090 for this one as it stands. It's a nice size truck, plenty of cabin room, as you can see, and has I think it's a 5-foot by 4-foot capacity here on the back. This Sienna probably gets 36 miles average, 36 city and 36 highway, 43,900. It must be a hybrid. Let's get 43. That is amazing mileage that it's getting. That's a pretty nice looking van.
Good morning. Thank you for watching. I'm Dina Huff, the Executive Director for the Partnership for Families, Children, and Youth, and I hope you all enjoyed the snow that we had this past weekend. I know we had a great time trying to sled a little bit in the snow, and I hope everyone was safe and no one got hurt. But I'm ready for spring, and I hope you are too. But just moving forward with the partnership, I just wanted to tell you about a couple of things we have going on here at the partnership. Of course, we always have our day-to-day operations that keep us very busy, but we do have events that we partner with other organizations and churches, groups out in the community, because we're always out in the community. That's what we do if you see us. And one of the events coming up, and it may seem kind of far away, but it's not. We're actually we are partnering with several different organizations to host a Loganville Health Fair. And that is going to be Saturday, April the 18th at Loganville Church, and that's at 221 Main Street in Loganville. And if you are interested in becoming a vendor, they are looking for anyone that offers health-related services to become a vendor. It's free of charge. It's paid for through a grant, and we do appreciate the Walton County Healthcare Foundation for funding that health fair for us. This will be the first of, we hope, many there in Loganville, and then we hope to bring it in other, like in Monroe, and then in Social Circle. So we're going to start that off in Loganville, and again, that's April the 18th. And the health fair is going to be from 10 until 2. So if you're interested in being a vendor or want more information on how you can come participate and just know the booths that are going to be available there, reach out to me, and I'll share my number after the video. Just let me know, and I can hook you up with the appropriate people to get you more information. Now, our next collaborative meeting will be next Tuesday, which will be Our next collaborative meeting will be February 17th, which will be a week from next Tuesday, and we will be meeting at the church in Loganville. Mr. Bill Ayers will be our speaker for that meeting, and he'll be sharing more information about the health fair, among other things that he does. He wears many hats. And our collaborative meetings are open to anyone. We do share information and resources that are available, and we like to share a lot of information related to families and children. If you have any trainings that you would like to offer, get in touch with me, and I would like to host you at one of our collaborative meetings, because we have a lot of folks that need trainings in different areas. So if you offer something for about an hour or two, we're always open to hearing what you have to offer, or just come join us and hear all about what we do. So again, that date is February 17th. We meet from 8 until 9, and I also offer a Zoom option for that because we do have folks that are outside of Walton County that want to participate in our meetings. So if you're interested, my email is Dena, D-E-N-A, .huff@walton.k12.ga.us. That's a mouthful. My direct line is 770-207-3175. Reach out to me if you're interested in hearing more about what I've talked about today or how you can become more involved with the partnership. We would love to have you. We're always looking for volunteers to work with our Walton Youth Project board members. They have lots of great information to share and lots of stuff going on. So if you're interested in hearing more about what we do, call me, email me, and I'd love to sit down and chat with you. So again, thank you for watching. Stay safe. See you next time.
Today on Feed the Goats, we're going to try some Cheerios Oat Crunch. It's not out of date. It goes out in January, and this is December. But we're going to try this Cheerios Oat Crunch. See if the goats like this. Oh, Sophie, you look like you're already ready for oat crunch. Let me see. Do you like oat crunch? Oh, you're trying to eat my hand there. Yeah. You like oat crunch, don't you? Well, let's try this. You're going to stick your head in it and see if you can eat some oat crunch. Let's open this package up so you can stick your head down in there and eat some oat crunch. Yeah, you like that oat crunch, don't you? Yeah, you like that oat crunch. Okay, honey, you want a little bit too. Keep going too. Don't like the oat crunch Cheerios. Okay. You gotta go through here. Look, you gotta go through there. There you go. I believe we have a winner on Oat Crunch Cheerios. Looks like Sophie and Heidi both really like the Oat Crunch Cheerios. I'm going to take what's left here. Let's put it in the little bowl over here. It seems to be caught up here on this thing. And let's finish it off over here. And I think we've got a winner on Oat Crunch Cheerios. Looks like the goats, looks like they're going after it pretty good. So this is Paul Mullins with Walton Entertainment with Feed the Goats.
Hello, I'm Kenny Sargent with Keep Walton Beautiful in the Walton County Recycling Center. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Happy New Year to all of you. I did want to take a moment to, I wanted to go over some of the totals we had for our first month of the year in January, and I'll try to kind of do a monthly total as we go along. Across our scales in the month of January, we had 1,537 cars. We sold over 56 tons of recyclables. We've taken in 291 tons of trash here at the recycling center. Our school recycling route, we have a route we do a competition with all of the local schools to see who can collect the most recycling throughout the school year. And for the month of January, Walton County Schools recycled a little over 3 tons of office paper and plastic bottles. Really want to thank the schools that participate, and I will keep you up to date with how much they're recycling going forward. We also got in 252 mattresses in the month of January, so I'm assuming a lot of people got new mattresses for Christmas, because we've certainly had quite a few come down here. Also wanted to get you up to date on our Bring One for the Chipper event, where we collect Christmas trees down here to be mulched. We had over 40 trees brought down to us here at the recycling center this year for Bring One for the Chipper. So that is something to be aware of next year. If you have a live Christmas tree, or you know people that do and they really don't know what to do with those, you can always kind of steer them down here to us. We always have a designated area to put those trees, so be happy to take care of those. Also, when I mentioned the paper recycling route, we do a school competition, but we also offer paper and plastic recycling to any businesses or churches or any other organizations out there that would like to be a part of that paper route. If you're getting quite a bit of paper that you're currently throwing away or having to take home with you to recycle or whatnot, and you'd like somebody to stop by once a week to get some of that off your hands, we'd be happy to add you on to our recycling route. We do have some space on that route to add some new stops. Feel free to give us a call. Again, our number down here is 770-267-1421. We'd be happy to get you set up on that. We normally run the route on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, so as long as that can work for you, we'd be happy to start getting that paper and recycling it. And as I always do, come out and see us. If you have any questions, any environmental questions, any questions about recycling, or if you have something that you're not sure if it's recyclable, or even if it's something that we don't recycle here, I can typically find a company somewhere that does handle those things. So if you have some items that you really don't know what to do with, want to make sure you're doing the right thing, give us a call. And again, come out and see us. Be happy to walk you through, help you get started recycling, show you what we do here at the center, and help you in any way we can. So come out and see us, give us a call, and until next time, take care.
Has now we formed all-star teams, and they'll be playing in the 6th district tournament and the Georgia Recreation and Parks Association tournament. At the end of February, we're actually hosting a couple age groups. I think the 8s and the 10-year-old boys will be playing at in our place at Meridian Park. So good luck to all of our teams that'll be playing in that tournament into February, and hopefully we'll have a few teams that will advance to the state tournament the first week of March. With basketball coming to an end, y'all realize spring registration has ended. If you didn't get on a team, you didn't get registered, and you still want to participate, please contact one of our local coordinators in the park that you want to play at, either at Felker and Monroe, West Walton at the Meridian Park, or down in South Walton. We have coordinators there, and they are in the process now of doing all of our evaluations where we can pick our teams, get uniforms ordered, get our practice scheduled, which starts around February 21st with all of our baseball, softball, track, and soccer practice all start the first week in February. So a lot going on, and baseball will, and softball, soccer, all that will start really soon.
You be good.
At the community centers, we have all kind of activities going on. You know, the weather hasn't been great with the ice and then the snow. A lot of people are coming into the community centers and working out. Our indoor pickleball courts, where we have the 4 courts at Criswell Park and the 6 courts over at, well, actually the 6 courts over at Nowell. You can get a membership for that, and you can play indoor pickleball. Once the weather changes, obviously everybody will be out the outdoor courts. We've got a lot of activities going on out at Criswell and out at Ayers Park. We have lots of outdoor courts. We're building an additional 12 more outdoor courts at Meridian coming up this spring. So lots of opportunities for you to play pickleball indoors or outdoors. You can go to our website at waltoncountyga.gov for more information on how you can get that. Also, as far as pavilion rentals go, we have a lot of pavilions out there for rent. The new ones out of the Grove will probably go first. They have bathrooms that are next to it, so it's a good place. Cost to rent those are $100 each to reserve that. You can do that through our community centers, any of them, the one at Walnut Grove or the one at Felker or Meridian or South Walton. So hope you'll go and visit the new park at the Grove. It's a great amphitheater, ballpark, great outdoor walking trail. Come see us. That's where our offices are located as far as the administrative part of the Parks and Recreation Department. So we'd love to give you a tour if you'd like that. We've got a concert coming up. We're now trying to fill our series of concerts that are going to be out there. And on April 10th will be our first concert, which will be the Connor Lally Band. He's also got an opening act, a couple acoustic guitars they'll be playing prior to that. We're now trying to figure out the price of those events. It's going to be fairly inexpensive for you to come out, enjoy a good night of music and fellowship. We plan on doing probably 6 or 7 different events and maybe 2 festivals out there at the new community center. So looking forward to a whole slot of events going on out there for all of Walton County. So until next time, thank you very much.
Welcome to River Point. This is Meritage's new community. This is our first time being in Walton County, and we're happy to have you. We have 300 home sites here, and we would love to show you our product. We have a swimming pool, clubhouse, pickleball, courts, and beautiful home sites available. You can give us a call. You can reach me at 678-414-8963, and I'd love to show you around.
Hi, I'm Noxie LaRue.
And I'm Stephanie Calabrese, and we're the creators of the Wish You Were Here experiential exhibit here in downtown Monroe, Georgia. And I'll give a little bit of context about the experience. We are here in the Eulalia building at 127.5 North Broad Street. And the Eulalia group was very gracious to offer their space for us to create this experiential exhibit. And it is basically a look at Monroe and a study of our past, present, and the future. And so it's experiential in that not only are we sharing photography, a short film, maps, artifacts from Monroe, but also there's an opportunity for community input. And so I can kind of walk you through each of the sections. The first section here is Rewind and Revisit. This is a series of photographs that I made 10 years ago. Those photographs were featured in the New York Times. And then I thought it would be interesting to study Monroe in the present. So in 2025, I stood in the same steps where those initial images were made and reshot the photographs so that we could begin to see the change in the community. Some scenes have changed dramatically. others have remained very much the same. And so I think it's an interesting way to see the evolution of our town. Maybe things happen very slowly over the course of 10 years, but when you can look at them sort of side by side and then look at all the images as a macro view, it gives you the ability to ask yourself, how do we feel about these changes? Do we feel like the town is changing for the better? What might we be losing that maybe we want to find ways to retain? The next section of the exhibit is Reflect, and that area allows viewers to spend some time looking through high school yearbooks. So we have several here. 1969 and 1970 were very pivotal times in Monroe. So we have high school yearbooks from Monroe Area High School, from the last yearbook from Carver High School, which was our school for black students up through 1969, and then also the first year of George Walton Academy in 1970, which was the year the private school opened. And so because that was such an important time in our community, our communities and our schools were being desegregated and integration happened in totality in 1969. So it's a really important time for our community, and I think it's important for us as residents today to really understand that history, to respect what people in our community have been through. So when we think about Monroe, not just as sort of a picture post or picture perfect postcard, but let's understand like all of the truth of our past so that we can honor that and find ways to move forward better together as a much more integrated and cohesive community. So we also have a series in Reflect of maps of Monroe from 1925. So we'll go back 100 years. And that gives us an opportunity to take a look at, what did our town look like 100 years ago? How were the communities different? What buildings were here? What streets, moved through Monroe? And so as we think about Monroe in 1925, we start to imagine all the people who moved through our community and had an influence in creating what our town looks like today. So it's been really fun to see people walking up to the maps and pointing things out and pointing out where buildings no longer exist or where their house might be that that now is on the map. So that's been really fun to see too. The next section, section 3, is Remix, and that is a short film. It's 13 minutes long, and it is essentially a blending of voices of residents who've lived in Monroe. Some of our community members have already passed on, so I'm very grateful that we have their stories and their voices to sort of preserve and share. And this really tells the story of Monroe, in that we were very much a cotton and a farming community, which evolved into sharecroppers. As farming began to diminish, many of our community members moved into town of Monroe. It also takes us through the stories of what segregated society looked like here in Monroe, and then the integration of schools and beyond. And so it's a great way to take in, maybe what community members have experienced in the past, and helps us relate to the different experiences that really create our town in its totality. The next section of the exhibit moves to Recenter, and that's where visitors can place a pin on the map, show us where they came from to sort of mark that they were here. And on this wall, you'll see a collection of postcards where we pose 3 questions to the viewer about the past, the present, and the future of Monroe. And we really are encouraging community input. We want people to write their thoughts on the wall. So it's very much an opportunity to contribute to Monroe, and we're so grateful to have had lots of community members come through, and we're hopeful for many more as the exhibit continues through March 31st.
I'm Heather Howard, and I'm the new director here at the Monroe Walton Center for the Arts. And I just wanted to say Happy New Year and welcome to the member show that we have going on right now. I also wanted to make sure you were aware that we have our favorite fundraiser of the year, which is our Super Bowl Saturday. It will be February the 7th, starting at 11 o'clock. Our potters will be making bowls, and you then can pick the soup that you want to have go in your bowl and take home. It's $20 for each bowl, and it's a great way just to increase your novelties of pottery, as well as celebrate and give back to our community here. I also want to make sure you know that not only do we have classes here at the center, but we also have classes at Rust and Dust, which is the antique store here in Monroe as well. And those classes you can sign up for online, or also you can drop in. They're $20 a class, and it's really for any ages 9 years old and up, and those happen starting at 11 there at Rust and Dust as well. And then, like I said, make sure just to check out what we have coming up in the next month, because we are always adding new classes, and really take your suggestions of what you might be looking for. Our pottery studio is still going great guns, and if you're interested in signing up for classes for that, please let us know. And again, we appreciate all your support, and if you want to be a new member and find out the benefits for that, I can just tell you right off the top, it's 10% off our show, or not our show, but our gift shop here, of which we have over 80 local artists in our gift shop. And then you also get a discount on a lot of our classes. And then we have our just free member events that we do that are great ways just to meet other people and learn some new just skills that you would have to pay other people to learn, but you would get them for free here being a member. And it's very reasonable. It's anywhere from $25 to $50 for the entire year. And we hope to see you soon. Thank you.
Hey, this is Isaac with Reboot, giving you the Reboot Tech Tip. I'm going to talk a little bit about security. I think the biggest thing these days is people are getting in trouble with email. And the email thing is it's a tough thing to keep secure, just because anybody with an email address can send you an email. And it can have a link in there that you can click on, and then it'll just give you a virus. And you don't even know that you've got the virus, because it's not like anything will tell you. And a lot of times these days they've designed these viruses to get on your computer without your antivirus knowing it. So there are a few things you can do, a handful of things. So one of the biggest things is, if you don't know that person, don't open the email. Or if I tell people a lot, so let's say you even get an email from what looks like somebody you know, but it just looks strange, like it has a weird subject, or spelling isn't done correctly, or something like that. Generally, most of the time, actually, if you've got something like that going on in your head, it's probably a bad email. It's probably what's called a phishing email, where somebody's trying to get either get information from you, or load a virus on your computer so they can get information from you, or it could be some scammer, trying to suck you into some crazy scam. We deal with it a lot, and we get a lot of customers from the bank that they send our way also. Just people getting into people's bank accounts, or like you'll get on the phone with somebody and they want to get onto your computer. That's a huge no-no. Do not let people on your computer. Don't do it unless you know them. Like some local person, or like I can't even think of. Maybe like if you have a Dell computer and you actually call Dell and they want to log in and help you. But most places these days, they actually don't do that. Like, they'll direct you how to do it, just because of this whole security issue and scammer thing. It's a huge deal. So one of the things you can do to help with the email thing is, there's a company called Bitdefender, and they make an antivirus that actually scans all your email now, which is nice. I won't say it's 100% effective, because nothing is. But a lot of what they do is they scam it and they tell you if it's safe or not, and also they'll put the ones that they're not sure about into a folder in your email, or you can log into your antivirus and check some of those and see why they think it's not a good email, stuff like that, which I think is great, because this email thing is a nightmare. And so again, that company's called Bitdefender. it's an antivirus company, and then you have to look for because they sell several different kind of antiviruses, but you have to look for the one that'll actually scan your email. And I've seen it work. It actually, from what I can tell, it does a pretty good job. I have seen where maybe they don't want to do all, like they'll do kind of what's called a false positive, where they might catch an email that doesn't really need to be set to the side or whatever, but again, they'll send you a notification or whatever, and you can look at that email and determine yourself. So it's a great feature. But the other thing is if it's an email about paying money or you owe money or something like that, anything financial, any email financial, I always tell people, double check it. Call whoever's sending you the email, call the bank, or there was a big one with the post office, call the post office, or there was a big one with PayPal. If you're not sure about the PayPal, look on your PayPal account. If you don't have a PayPal account, it's obviously a scam, So just double check your stuff, especially anything doing with money, and especially anything giving money to someone on the phone. That's a huge issue. So just be safe. If you're not sure, ask somebody. If you're not sure, call us or bring your computer down here, let us look at it, or whatever the case may be. One other thing I'll say real quick too is if you do let someone on your computer and then they're asking for money and all this stuff, if you have let somebody on your computer, take your computer to somebody, take it to us or somebody you trust or whatever, let them scan it, because 99% of the time, if you've let somebody on your computer, they have loaded something on there that you do not want on there, something that either get info from you or get money from you. We see that a lot, and so you need somebody to look at it. But anyway, Isaac with Reboot, giving you the Reboot tech tip. In Monroe, we have moved down the street. We're at 1215 South Broad. Come by and see us. Thanks.
Chris Domine is a husband and a father. Chris is an athlete. Chris is even an Ironman. But 10 years ago, Chris was facing a very different story because his kidneys were failing.
Basically, the doctor said, if you don't get a kidney transplant and if you don't do dialysis, you are going to die. Fortunately,
Chris received a second chance at life, made possible by an organ donor.
Your well-being changes, from loss of hope to hope to better times ahead.
More than 100 million people in America are registered organ, eye, and tissue donors. People of every age and ethnicity, because they believe it's the right thing to do. Imagine what you can make possible by leaving behind the gift of life. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to your community. This is your hometown. This is Walton Entertainment. This is where you can hear from the community and those making a difference. We explore topics, local festivals, arts and entertainment, and local news. For this program and much more, visit us online at yourlocalstream.com. That's yourlocalstream.com.